It's your boy in Nihon. It is jcontra, and we are taking a journey back to 1993 with Capcom's Final Fight 2 on the Super Famicom, which I have beaten before as Hagar and Maki. But today I'm going to do something crazy. I'm going to try to beat the game as Carlos! Even though I've never played the game as him before. See what happens. I've got a good feeling. I was able to do it as Maki on the first try. Hagar I'm just good at because his fighting style matches well with how I want to play the game. And I'm guessing he's never going to be allowed to use his sword because that would make the game too easy, I guess. You may remember that Final Fight first came out as an arcade game and was then ported over to the Super Nintendo with not as good graphics and with good gameplay that was tempered with arcade-style punishments that I think... Final Fight looks great on the Super Famicom. It looks even better in the arcade version, but I really love the Super Famicom version. It looks great and it plays well. It's just so hard to beat. Like, you really gotta put in time if you actually want to beat the game, because there are just so many just FU moments where the game wants to grab more quarters out of you. Final Fight 2 is different in that it was originally developed for the Super Famicom. So it's got a lot less punishments to it. It does have that arcade style of you have lives and you have credits, but there's a lot less moments where it just is trying to get quarters out of you, which I really appreciate. I wonder, you know, I was thinking about this the other day, but, you know, today's kids, they don't go to the arcade. They play their smartphone games. And, you know, with the joke when all of the in-app purchases were coming out, or, you know, all the microtransactions, they were like, oh, arcades were actually the first microtransactions. And I think to a certain extent that was true. But I wonder just how acutely kids today feel microtransactions, and how I wonder if that elicits the same feeling as kids of my generation. The feeling they had when they were putting quarters into the machines. Mom, I need $10. I want to go play arcade games. Do kids still do that? They say, Mom, I need $10. I want to pay for more things on Candy Crush. Although more likely it is the mom that is paying the $10 for when she's playing Candy Crush. Because I think Candy Crush... I think it's mostly adults that play Candy Crush. I don't think kids are playing Candy Crush these days. But I don't know. I don't play smartphone games. I have just too many games in my life. So I'm doing the streams while I'm trying to play games, actually sit down and play games. The reason I'm able to play games today is because a big shout out to Douglas MacArthur for in America's more imperialistic mindset after World War II for basically getting a bunch of white people together and sitting down in a big convention center in Tokyo and writing the Japanese Constitution after America defeated them in the war. For that, Japan celebrates, it was actually yesterday, what is today? Today's the 12th. It's actually February 11th is celebrated as Constitution Day in Japan. And so everybody gets the day off. But if that day off falls on a Sunday, like it did this year, it is Monday morning right now, we then have Monday then becomes a day off. Unfortunately, if the day off falls on Saturday, which I believe it did last year, then if you are a, you know, Monday to Friday worker like I am, it's tough. You don't get the day off. You don't get an extra day off. It's just Saturday. Saturday becomes even more busy because then everybody has a day off as opposed to just, you know, normal office workers. What did this boy do? Okay, he can grab and punch. He can do normal kick. Okay. You know, just doing the normal punches is boring, so I want to try and see what his skill set is. But I can, for the life of me, it's hard enough for me to do combo moves in Street Fighter. But doing it in Final Fight seems even tougher. So you can't dash. They added dashing in tough. think he's got very much a Cody vibe, because, you know, Hagar, slow, he's a very bulky guy. Carlos, he's fast, punches fast. Doesn't do as much damage as Hagar, but he's got that agility. I'm trying to do moves, yeah. Oh, that's when he gets out his sword, is when you do the desperation attack. Yeah. But then, once again, you will take damage when you do that desperation attack when you make contact with somebody. So you should only use it in like situations like now where you're surrounded. And even then, sometimes it doesn't work. Got a tape deck, alright, that's points, I guess. What was 1993? Man, what was going on in 93? Let's see. Let's see, I was a kid, I would have been 4 years old. My sister was born in 1993. Did I have a Super Nintendo in 1993? I actually want to say I did. No. That would have been maybe 94. Yeah, that would have been the Christmas of 94. I was living in Germany at the time. And my parents bought me a Super Nintendo, and it was probably the biggest mistake they ever made in their life. Because then it just started a lifetime of obsession. Oh my god. Wan Wan, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You don't get surrounded. Getting surrounded's for chumps. Getting me during my recovery frame. That's not fair. I do think the names are slightly more inventive in Final Fight 2. We don't have any more Breads. Nor Dougs. I can't believe Bread. That's still my favorite name ever. If I have a kid, I'm naming him Bread. Okay, now can I kill Wan Wan without losing this life? We'll see. That's the challenge for this level. Oh, alright. Well, nope. Challenge failed. Now we must suffer. 2 lives on the first level. I guess I could have done better. Let's look up Carlos's moves. Carlos, Final Fight 2. While we're going through the little cinematic. Basic moves. Okay, he's got his combos. He's got Skyward Kick, J and A. Let's try it out. I think who... Oh, yeah, alright. So Guy... Okay, so maybe I should explain that from the last game. But in the arcade version of Final Fight, there were actually 3 characters. We were able to play as Cody and Hagar. But there was a third. There was Guy. And he shows up in, like, the story, but you can't play as him in the Super Famicom just because I guess there wasn't enough space in an early Famicom version, like Super Famicom version. However, he is integral to the story, and while he should be in Final Fight 2, because his fiancé and his fiancé's dad get kidnapped by the evil crime syndicate Mad Gear, who we're fighting right now, he doesn't show up in the game. At least you can't play as him. He does come in Final Fight Guy, which is a remake of Final Fight 1 for the Super Famicom. Comes out again on the Super Famicom, but then you can play as Guy. And once again, I said this before, but it is one of the more expensive Super Famicom games if you can find it with the included CD. Even without the CD, it's worth like $70 with just the instruction manual on the box. But if it comes with the CD, I've seen it go for like 120 bucks. I would be okay with just the cartridge. Final Fight Tough. Oh my god, Final Fight Tough is probably I would say probably the worst in the Final Fight series. It's still good, but it definitely doesn't play as well as, I would say, definitely 2, even 1. But it's still, in the box, I think, goes for like $300, $400 now. And maybe one day it will go down in price, but that will be a long time from now. Let's see, let's try out some of Carlos's moves. Down punch cancel. Oh yeah. So that's this little thing here. It's a little weird. It's a little awkward. But that, I think the cancels, I'm not 100% sure, but I want to say cancels are used to like beat enemy moves when they're like coming for you. But that takes a level of reaction and skill that I do not have. Also, Andore in this game is a lot less of a pain in the ass, if I can say so myself. I like Hagar's cancel. I think Carlos's cancel's a bit weak. Yeah, two, you know, there's something about 1. I think it just 1 has that charm of being an early Super Famicom game where Final Fight, same initials, and actually the same first 2 letters, Fi and Fa. Final Fight, Final Fantasy. Wait, Fi, well, it's got the same sound. Fight and Fantasy, obviously. And similar vowel sounds. Similar, very close. Get that one up, baby! Whoa! Although, you know, the down punch cancel, honestly, because pretty much the jump kick, like, it basically cancels everything. But the down punch is, because it's got, the kick has a really long range to it. But your punch is just so short. Like, I don't even, like, what is even the point? Because of the way most enemies' attacks come for you, the way their hitbox is aligned, usually the jump kick will do the trick. Woo! Although maybe the down punch cancel would have been useful in that situation. What else have we got? Straight jump kick, BF, jump in A. No, wait, nope, no. Back and forward, jump in A. Yeah, that's that one. Oh, that's okay. So you see there's a difference. If we just do the up kick, if we just do jump and kick, it's a bit more angly. But then if we do this, it's obviously much more horizontal. There's some jumping move, down punch. Alright, so we got a little few throws we can use. I think by and large, yeah, not a ton of super good moves. I think in Final Fight Tough, they do add a bit more variety in terms of moves. But right now, it seems like best moves probably combo chain. Oh, hey, Mechtrons. Actually, the background that I use for my streams is actually a photo I took at Fushimi Inari. I remember that trip very distinctly because that's when one of my friends came out to visit, and so I took him out to Kyoto, and there's this really beautiful. I think it's like the #1 tourist destination in Kyoto and even in all of Japan. It's got all the red torii gates. They've got the red tops with the black bases, and it's a shrine that's got a whole bunch of them. And the very interesting also thing about that is it's quite close to Nintendo's headquarters. And so while on that trip, I had been to the place before, I think. And so I decided, hey, let's go up the hiking trail. This'll be fun. It was in the middle of the summer. It was like in August. And I was like, okay, this can't possibly take that long. But the great thing about Fushimi Inari is that you can just go to the base of it, and it's a beautiful temple, and behind the temple is just a forest that's full of the torii gates. You know, the torii gates being those two kind of rods, those two pillars with the bar on top, or the couple of bars on top. And it's got thousands of them. I think there's a place that's specifically called the 1,000 Torii Gate Walk Path. If you've seen like Memoirs of a Geisha, or I know when Nintendo was doing promotional videos for Star Fox Zero, they actually took Miyamoto to the temple because the Fushimi Inari, the Inari are foxes. And that's why if in Persona 5, what's her face? The red-haired lady will often call Fox Inari because they are the fox spirits that are, I think, supposed to be for good luck. I can't remember specifically. Fushimi Inari is meant for you. If you're a business, you go there and you try and get good fortune for your business. But when you go up that hiking trail, there's not only those torii gates, but there's a lot of, I don't know if they're graves. I don't think they're graves. I think they're just like maybe memorials or like shrines for good fortune that I think people can set up. And so that's what the picture up in the background of the stream, and for all of my title cards, well, my one title card that I use for jcontra, they're photos from Fushimi Inari, because that's my favorite place to go in Japan, and every time I'm in Kyoto, I like to visit there. I don't actually know if there's ever been a time I've been to Kyoto where I haven't gone, actually, now that I think about it. Oh man, and Freddy packs a real punch. Come on. We can do it. Just gotta believe. So yeah, ooh, Freddy. I think what fucks me up with Freddy is he has the same kind of moves that I can't deal with, or that I can't handle all that easy as Andore has. Should I call him Andore, or is the cat out of the bag? Should we just call him Andre? You done, Freddy? You done. You've been iced. Thank you, Mechtrons. I really need to go back with a proper camera, because I think, oh, what happened on that trip? I think my camera battery died, or I think I even forgot my camera, and I had to use my friend's camera, which was a fine camera. But the one I have is pretty good. And so I'd love to go back and get some proper pictures to make more title cards. But if you ever go to Japan, I mean, if you go to Japan, you're probably going to end up going to Kyoto anyways. As much as I hate Kyoto now, I mean, Kyoto's a great place to go to once or twice. There's a lot you can do there. But there's just so many people. It's a real drag. Just because it's so crowded all the time. I was last in Kyoto. Last time I was in Kyoto was because I volunteered for Bit Summit, which was this cool, like, indie game festival that's held every year, and I was helping do PR for it. it's a really cool festival, and if you're in town, I would suggest going to it. So I think you can get in. It's like $10 or something. It's real cheap. There's a lot of cool games that get exhibited there that end up. I know a bunch of them have ended up like winning awards elsewhere and becoming fairly popular. Yeah, it's always weird when like, cause you see a lot of them in like demo. You get a lot of demo builds. And so for PR purposes, I was able to play a lot of them while they were in like, alpha and beta. And then you hear people talking about them like a year later and about how good it is. And it's like, I played that game. I made GIFs of that game for Twitter. Which is in a weird way kind of how I got my job now. Now that I think about it. It was a nerve-wracking experience in terms of it was just being surrounded by a lot of people that I don't know. So it did cause me a lot of anxiety. It was definitely worth doing once. I don't know if I'd do it again. Not unless I got some, I don't know, get prescribed something, then maybe I could handle it. Oh, Kyoto. The other good thing about Kyoto is they have I can't remember the name of the place. Hold on, let me try and search my mind vault for it. And it's definitely it's a video game place worth going. The weird thing about Kyoto, especially when you like old video games, is that Kyoto's a really old city. It's it's that classic. It's old. It's the Japanese capital before Tokyo became the capital. During the Tokugawa shogunate. It's another thing is it's got Nintendo headquarters. It's like that's where Nintendo factories used to be in the prefecture, I think, or at least nearby in Osaka and Kobe. You've got a bunch of Nintendo service centers there, but for some reason, like there aren't a ton of like retro video game stores. Most of those tend to be in Osaka. And Kyoto's a fairly big city. It's got I think 500,000 people there, so it definitely should have more stores than it does. But there is one store, and I'm blanking on the name. I can't remember it. If you just search like, hold on, I gotta find it out. Kyoto. It's got a bunch of them. There are a couple in Osaka as well, I believe, but I think they're primarily centered in Kyoto, and they're really close to train stations, which is real nice. Which I really appreciate when I'm not driving around. No, it's not Wanpaku. No, it's not that. Not big camera. Oh, Ojamakan. That's what it is. It's a place called Ojamakan, and they've had some of the cheapest prices on retro video games that I've ever seen. Like, I was seeing stuff that, like, they have, like, deals where because they'll have, like, they'll have, like, price tiers for things. So, like, they'll have some games will be, like, $4. Some games will be, like, $6. Some games, like the more expensive games, will be, like, $40. But I think it was like if you buy say, if you buy in bulk, you got some really good deals on games that were often cheaper than other places, and even their rare stuff. Like I bought Pocky and Rocky, which is normally like a $100 game. I bought it for like $60, for example, and they had a ton of deals on stuff. I actually wish I had brought more money because then I could have saved a bunch on some rare games. But I did pretty well for myself. But in Kyoto, you should go to Kyoto not to buy games. You should go there to see the sights, and then to buy video games. But of course, you can always go to Denden Town in Osaka, which will have a much better selection. However, the prices will be much worse than Ojamakan. Also, Ojamakan is not really good for boxed games, although they will have those. But I highly suggest going there if you want to buy cartridges. No, 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 no. You can't kill me. What I find to happen in beat-em-ups whenever I play them is I'll get down, someone will kill me, and then as I come back, I will then ice everyone on the field, and then the next screen will have a meet. And it is completely wasted. Could have just been an extra life for me. The equivalent of an extra life. But no. See, cancel would have been good in that situation. And see, she comes out of nowhere. I don't know how to do a ground cancel, though. I can do a jump cancel, but maybe jump cancels are the only thing you can do. I don't know. But it's just too fast. I don't have the dexterity to do jump cancels. I gotta punch because I gotta read comments. And get Persona 4. I think, Mech, what you gotta do, I mean, you could get Persona 4. Do they not have that on eBay? It's pretty cheap. I think it's like 10 bucks, I want to say, especially if you can get it from Gayo. You will, if you want to play Japanese Persona 4, I would say you gotta get, a Japanese PS4, which kind of sucks because PS4 in Japan has still retained its value. So PS4s, like especially slim PS4s, they're going for like 100 bucks now. Although I have found working ones in the junk section of Hard Off for like 5 bucks. So, you know, I'll keep an eye out for you, Mech. I'll see if I can find a junk PS4. Because it's fine. It's just you got to get the cords for it. And even if you needed to get all the cords, you're still going to end up paying much less than if you were buying it from a normal shop. Oh, okay, this might be a good opportunity to try the jump cancel. Johnny? Oh yeah, Bradkin, he really fucks me up. He likes to jump around like that, and when he connects, he attacks for massive damage. He's got cancel, son. Fast enough. So he does this thing I've noticed where he will he'll give you like one little punch, but he doesn't attack fast enough to where he can stop you from then just wailing on him. Boom. Haven't even used up a credit yet. Is it the kid? How's she blowing? You got Persona 5 Mech, but Persona 4 is PlayStation 2. Which, you know, PlayStation 1, the games are starting to go up in price, but the hardware is still super cheap. So if you do come to Japan, Mech, I would also recommend, if you want to, like, learn Japanese and you're serious about it, Japanese PlayStation games, at least the bulk ones, like the Final Fantasies and, like, Chrono Cross, all those, the Personas, they're all super cheap. So you can pick those up, I mean, you could spend $100 and have a library that would be like $1,000 in America. Like, I'm talking like Xenogears, Yeah, every Final Fantasy is super cheap. And you can get either a PS1 or a PS2, and you'll be set. But Persona 4 is PS2. I remember, because I was in... Well, I would have been in high school, I think. I would have been senior in high school when it came out. I did buy Golden. I have the English Golden that I played for like 2 hours and was kind of disappointed in because nothing happens in the first 2 hours of Persona 4. Which drove me nuts. No, with Persona 4, you need a PS2, baby. But wait, do you have... Mech, do you have... Wait, you have Persona... not PS4. I have Persona 5. Do you not have a PS4, Mech? Because if you get a... Or, not Persona 4. If you get a PlayStation 4, you can play Japanese games on that PS4. Another option that you could do is if you don't have a PS3 already, if you get a Japanese PS3, you have to look very carefully, but there are backwards compatible PS3 models that will play PlayStation 2 games. And Izzy, what's up with you? How's what are you playing? Oh wait, oh, you're trying to get all the versions of Persona 4? Am I reading you correctly, Mech? All the versions? I mean, did they I don't think they came out with special collector's editions in Japan, now that I think about it. They did for Persona 5, which you have. But for Persona 4, at least I haven't seen one. They may have. They came out with, I mean, there was Golden and just the regular edition, but I've never seen a collector's version of Persona 4 in Japan. But then, I mean, with like the original Persona, like there were all different kinds of Persona ones for the PlayStation. There was like Sin and Punishment for Persona, and then like Persona 2, like and then you get for Persona 3 you have Persona 3, Fez, and then Persona 3 plus Fez. I still have to play. God, Jesus. Another 100 hours of my life. You know, interesting, in the later levels, we're on like round 3 now. And Andore actually has like more HP. Interesting. That's an interesting way to scale the difficulty game. I don't think I appreciated that before. Because I remember seeing him in early levels and feeling, wow, he doesn't have that much HP. Where'd the HP go? So these Elec guys really they really rustle my jimmies, as it were. My favorite part about Flames is that they just can't handle themselves. Half the time the AI will run into their own flames. It's really weird. Dancing All Night. I always forget about Dancing All Night. When is the Persona 5 Dancing All Night coming out in English? Have they announced that yet? Philippe. See, Philippe's fast, but he doesn't do tons of damage. It's devious. Oh, come on. Oh no, I'm gonna have to burn a credit. No! Oh, I got plenty of credits. No problem. Let's do it, Carlos. Whoa! Atlas, my man. I didn't know you were so strong. Not this time, Andre. Oh my god. Oh, and see, the desperation attack, it takes him a second to get his sword out. So even if you're surrounded, you really gotta time it right. I'd say, I wonder, Mech. I wonder if it might just be worth buying that stuff. I mean, I wonder if it's worth buying Personas now. Because PlayStation, and I think PlayStation games are getting more expensive, and I think very soon PlayStation 2 games are going to start going up. However, Persona games in Japan have always been popular enough to where they've received fairly large print runs. So I'm just wondering if it's if I would suggest buying the Personas now or waiting until you can get here and maybe getting a deal. It might be worth buying now. I don't know how much they are at eBay. All right, Philippe, where you at, Philippe? Let's do it. Philippe's not so tough. Oh, hi, Mark. Ow. So yeah, Philippe's fast, but he doesn't have that much health. Especially when you compare him to the other bosses. I just like how you kill the final boss and then all of his like henchmen, they sacrifice themselves. Our leader. Break drum. Ready? Start. Ow. Ow, my god. Why do I always punch them as they're about to ignite? Oh, my god. I thought I was clever. I thought I was clever with that one. Time over. Alright, see you later, Mech. I think I can beat this. I think I'm doing pretty well. I've still got like 5 credits. What round are we on? Are we on round 4? Ow. It's when they're charged up. That's when Elect does maximum damage. Like so. However, I'm onto your ways, Elec. Is it Elec? Is it Elic? Elec? Or Elec? Like the beginning of electric. Ow! God damn. Punch, gotta punch, gotta punch! Why was that guy kicking me? Like, he's got this rod. He could just be... he could just beat me with that rod. Oh, he's just giving me very, very painful hugs. Come on, Johnny. Is it Johnny or is it Joni? It's just Johnny, but it's spelled in a really weird way. Actually, now that I think about it, we've got Johnny. We've got Mark. I wonder if Lisa is in this game. That would be incredible if there was a Lisa in this game, because then we'd have the full room complement. Oh, excuse me. Oh, hi, Mark. We got Jack. Elijah. That's quite an interesting name. I wouldn't have expected Capcom to put an Elijah in the game, but all right. Elliot, Mary. Then we got Andre Jr. I don't know exactly what makes him Junior. Did they just not want to like name him something else? He's just got to be Andre. He's a very distinct character, though. I love just, there's this lady, she's just clapping for all the violence. There is, there's Eliza, which kind of sounds like Lisa. Ow. Maybe I should start using my jump cancels. They come out of nowhere, I can't react. Bye, Mark. And Elic. Hello. Wow, so many Elics. Does Final Fight... It never explains how it can have more than one of the same character on the screen at a time, does it? I don't think it ever does. I think we just accept it as a video game. We accept it for what it is. Wait. Doesn't open the door. Doesn't try to unlock it. You just kick that shit open. Here we're taking up the elevator, and I think we're in Venice? We're supposed to be in Italy, right? That's, I think, what's really cool about Final Fight 2, is that you go all over the world. There's such a variety in the levels and the locales. You may be fighting the same people. I'm guessing, I don't know if they, like... If the henchmen just... They're international. They're jet setters. They go around following you, trying to defend their boss. Oh, damn it. I didn't... Thanks, game. Ah. And here we go. This guy's tough. Roland. Ow. Damn it, Roland. Jesus. Okay, he does the same thing that one of the other bosses did, where he can get like a punch in, but then he like isn't fast enough to cancel out your combo. Only problem is that he's got a lot of HP. He's like, he does more damage than Pierre, but he's got like twice the health. Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna beat him. I'm gonna have to. I like blow a whole credit just fighting him. I should do my jump cancel. There we go. Okay, you get him after he jumps. That's when you get him. Oh. If you can. Ow. There we go. Ow. I want to say Roland is probably the hardest boss in the game. If I'm just being honest. He's very agile, he moves around a lot. And he does massive damage, and he has a lot of health. I mean, the final boss is kind of hard. A little bit. A little hard. Oh, yeah. And then he just starts throwing out grenades, because fuck you. And I've never been able to figure out, like, their attack spread. Ow. Okay, got one life left, baby. And see, you do one punch to him, and then he just bails. Come on, roll it. Come on, baby. There we go. Ah. Woo! Okay, now we go to Forento. Oh. Oh, we gotta go to Japan. So we're going. Here we go, last round. It is PM 11:30. Now I love these mines because the AI can just not handle them. I don't even think they have the AI programmed to go around the mines on the ground. Look at that. Got rolled, Johnny. I'm disappointed that Poison doesn't show up. I wish he was in the game. Oh, this very violent hug. Okay, we got one up. One up! Oh, come on. Okay, Andre, come on. There we go. Just got iced, Andre. Love this. Oh, Final Fight 2's got some really great music. That's one of the deficiencies, I think, of Final Fight 3 is that the music just isn't on point as it was with Final Fight 1 and 2. Ow! Elick, man, come on. I thought we were friends. We can do this. We got to get as far on this last life as possible, so that we don't burn credits getting to the final boss. Come at me, Andre. I'm waiting for you. Oh yes, killed with the punch cancel. Ah, so much lightning. Okay, can I make it to the next stage break before dying? I have performed such miracles before. But can I do it now? They have deployed an Andre against me. My arch nemesis. and it would be Alec. Alec! I do wonder if there is a qualitative difference in Alec's attack, depending on whether he has his, like, I want to say tuning forks, if he has those electrified or not. If they're electrified, do they do more damage? But I dodged ya, Andre. I dodged ya. Level up, baby! Electrocuted. I wonder if Alec's like... He might be my new arch nemesis. I've started to mostly work out Andre. But Alec, man. Elic. The old Elic. Whoa! Out of freaking nowhere. That's, I think, the one thing that kills me about Final Fight, is that you can have enemies off-screen. And you can't see them do their tells. Like, every enemy has, like, that tell before they do some kind of hard-hitting attack. But if they're off-screen, you can't see that shit. So you got I got you trapped, Andre. You stuck? You stuck? And you're done. You on the floor. Come on, Mary. That was a choke. It's not a violent hug. That was a choke. Oh, so you're just gonna have an oil drum there, not give me anything. Okay. That's fine, game. Woo! Look at all these big burly men coming for me. No violent hug. Bad hug. Bad hug. It's a very talk to the hand kind of motion. No bad hug. Oh, there's more. No. Ugh. Oh, come on. Okay, I think we can make it to the final boss on this credit, and then he's toast. Like if I get him with full lives, he's done. He's just there's no way. No. And just you know what happens is you're in the middle of a combo. It's hard to stop. He caught me in the air. Ow, 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 ow. Still got one life left. We can do it. We can do it. Now see, does Atlas, is that a big X scar across his chest, or is that like chest hair that he has shaved into the shape of an X? I want answers, game. Okay, we made it through on the credit. No problem. Oh, I think we got the, this is the final hallway. Oh, here comes Flame! You burnt. Ow. Okay, please be meat. Please be meat. What am I gonna do with a piggy bank? Oh my god. Okay, we still got 2 credits. Feeling confident. We can do it. Burnt. I got burnt twice. 3 times. How is that possible? Then hold on. What is that? Is that like a piggy bank or like? But it's got these like bubbles coming off the top of it, like smoke rings. Ooh, is that Mount Fuji in the background? Or could it be Mount Taranaki? That's what they call Mount Egmont in New Zealand, where they filmed The Last Samurai. That was just a little callback to one of the English textbooks I used to use when I taught English. Jeez, that's... Oh my Lord! Oh my God, Lord have mercy. Not hug me, Atlas. No! Oh, bad hug. Just gotta grab you. I gotta see Atlas, he blocks. So what you gotta do is you gotta grab him. I think this is it. I think this is the door before the final boss. And they would bring out the big guns right before the final boss, of course. Just gotta keep punching. Gotta keep punching. Okay, come on. We got 64 somethings. Go. Then we kick it. Do we kick it? We punch it. Punch! Couldn't just move it aside. We have to punch it. Here we go. Ritu! He's got this spinny, like, kick thing, which makes him invincible. And he's tough. He's got so much health. Ow. Good jump. There we go. We're dancing, Ritu. We're dancing. Can I do this? Oh my god, I'm gonna do it. But let's, I haven't done it until it's done. No! Oh, he's doing so well. Here we go. Here we fucking go! That's the game, ladies and gentlemen. We've saved Guy's fiance and his future... wait, no, fiance. I don't know what that word means. His future wife. Oh, how did things go so crazy? This is so nuts. Woo! Wow, that means I've beaten Final Fight 2 as every character. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, if I do say so myself. But it's been well over an hour. I've enjoyed my time with Final Fight 2. Next stream, whenever that happens, we will play Final Fight Tough, which is good, but not as good as Final Fight 2. Final Fight 2 is probably my favorite in the series. But I'm looking forward to playing Tough, which you might know as Final Fight 3 in the United States. But for now, I have been jcontra playing Final Fight 2 for the Super Famicom. And I'm saying that you should challenge the other mode. Thanks for watching, and mahalo.